inside of this fairly plain looking box is a Hoover Junior of some shape, form, variety and flavour. Also seems to have been packed with some clothes, so that is mildly interesting. I hope they are clean. They should be clean. It's fine. We shall reuse them for sending it back. Let's have a look at what is in here. I do not know. This is a viewer job, so you know the email basically says Hoover Junior, and here we are. Doesn't really matter what colour it is. It will still be a Hoover Junior. Let's have a look. My vacuum cleaner and fashionable shirt chums, how are you today? What have we got here? Oh, there, paint, that's fine. We have Wilmsburg something, I don't know. I'd probably check none of them have swearing on really before I go hoik them straight in front of the camera. No, there was an orange shirt here. I don't know why we have shirts. I think it's probably just some attempts at packaging. So we'll get those out of the way. They all look far too small for me. But all we really need to worry about is this jumble of mess here. Now, straight out of the bat, we have a grey handle. Now, this doesn't mean that anything else on the machine is grey, but one time it was. An innocent piece of black electrical tape that has burned its way into there. Hopefully a bit of polishing will get that out, but yeah, cord hook nice and solid, very good indeed. Lower cord hook is also nice and solid, that's very good indeed. If they do go a bit loose, the bodge I found is Q-bond behind it and it holds it solid. And here is our bottom bushing, which has welded itself onto there and will be fun to take off. I do always take this off and give it a good old clean because it then gives it the dampening effect back that it should have. We have ourselves and bag. It says vacuum cleaner. It is not a genuine original bag, but in 2023, you know, you get what you get. What is nice to see though, look. It follows the channel, it rubs off a SIBO bag, brand new as well. That's pretty good. In fact, I'm not going to lie, the bag smells really quite nice. So I cannot pretend that unless it's really filthy down there, I may do too much with it. I'm not sure. That's certainly been looked after and a good sign. Cable seems a touch longer than usual, but again, that's easy. Yes, we have our front plate, which sadly does have a crack out of it, so we'll see what we can use to replace that, and we can then pull out, it is a grey one, look, a Hoover Junior 1334A from K.B23, and you can date that, I think, to a point, and maybe somebody will. All looks pretty flipping alright to me. It's, in general used condition. Let's get a bit closer and have a look and see if anything drastically terrible pops out from this. The climb mechanism works well, spring is nice and strong. Oh, shouldn't do that too much though, because that's what causes that to happen. It's very unfortunate indeed. We have a belt, that is a good sign. We have a belt, we have some pretty good brush strips on there, nothing wrong with those at all. We have some fairly used Bleston wheels and a bottom cover which has been off before and not reassembled correctly. The tab goes over there and it doesn't really matter much at all, but we will take it off to just check that all is okay below. Ooh, all is not too bad. That's filthy. Absolutely gross and disgusting, but nothing more than they usually are. What we do have though is the explodey suppressor. This is the one that does give the big kaboom. However, luckily it is of the era where we can actually remove it, so I think we should do that first before we go turning it on, because I just don't like them really. Well, all is fine under there, and this is fine enough for now at keeping the airflow within. So we shall locate a little nubbin on the back of the handle and make sure that that stays at the back of there. There is no little grip down here. Far too old, I think, for that. Comment down below if the 1334A would have originally had that handle grip. It's hard to know sometimes, because nowadays it could have been apart before. Oh, now we've got to try and centre up a slightly badly fitting handle in order to turn the nut onto there, and then we can get the lower handle into place. Then we come onto the top handle, and immediately I have found a missing part. I mean, it's not too bad, and actually we can sort of bodge it, because yeah, here is the cable. There is no cable gland on it that I can see, that normally holds the cable there like that, but without the risk of major electrical fire hazards. However, for the purposes of just turning it on quickly and checking it runs, we can replace that very easily indeed. Are you going to go through? Yeah, you are. Look, it's got to be straight. If it's not straight, it's a pain to get this back nut on, and it just takes far too much fiddling and faffing that it's worth, and you'll break something. So yeah, make sure it's nicely centred, and then screw it home nice. By that little bit of scuffing there, it looks pretty clean. It's probably going to come up quite well. We can take the bag flange, which you can't see. Whoop. There we go. Look, we can take the bag flange, screw that down. There we go. Like so. And you know what? This little Hoover Junior is ready to go. I'm wondering if perhaps we also need a top cord hook as well. It looks a little bit iffy and not quite correct. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see. Right, let's see, we'll see, we'll see. If it turns... Oh, that isn't very good. Okay, the handle bail seems quite shot, which is interesting. Oh, well, you know what, got plenty of handle bails. On with the vacuuming. Looks a different shade anyway to the machine, so it's probably not original. Okay then, she's live and activated. Let's see how it sounds. Alarming noises aside. Oh look, it's working now. There we go. Yeah, this is what they do. They're up, my feet are nowhere near it, and then just a little jiggle again, down. It's worn. See if I've got a better one. Yeah, something is also worn in either the brush roll or the motor, possibly both. I mean, it's smoothed out a lot. However, if we pop the belt off, well, that sounded angry. Oh yeah, a fair bit of movement in our bearing. She might be alright. It might just be really dry. It might need a replacement armature. The belt spindle is on the edge, but you won't see that anyway. But not too bad. It won't wear any more than it has. Yeah, nothing, I don't think. Just a good old refurb wheel fixed. Should be good to go. Are you going to go on? Yeah, I think most of that's coming from the motor. But hey, another little 1334A ready to live again. Don't be scared, little fellow. What's going to happen next will hurt, but it'll be worth it. And when it's all done and dusted and he's forgotten everything, we can show you how it turned out. So, I mean, I think we've seen worse. What do you think? Do you reckon if our Hoover Junior is going to come up just like it would have been in the 1960s, all new and shiny, or do you think it's going to be mechanically mint, cosmetically what it is? And which do you prefer? Let me know, and I and this Hoover Junior will see you soon. Bye bye.